everyone? Welcome to the American Sports Connection. I'm your host, the one and only Joey Railroads. I'm here with my good buddy Ryan Ennis. Ryan, how's it going over there, man?
Chilling, man. Just hanging out, recovering, playing video games, watching some wrestling before WrestleMania.
Hey, it's the best week of the year if you're a wrestling fan. Mania week.
Yeah, man. I can't wait till all that shit's back in New York next year. Get to go to Access and all that stuff that I missed out
Dude,
on the
I
first
am
time.
so excited for that. Because, like, there's a couple guys that I know that do, like, photography and are refs and different stuff. And they're bummed out they couldn't go to New Orleans this year because, for money reasons or whatever. And I was like, dude, just look on the positive side. Next year, it's in our backyard. We don't have to fly anywhere.
Yep. No, I agree.
And you'll get a kick out of this. When I went to physical therapy, the guy that runs the place is a huge golf fan, and he's like rambling on and on about like the Masters is this week and this weekend, and I'm like, Ryan, and his name's Ryan too. I said, Ryan, I said, come on, man. I was like, you're forgetting the biggest thing, even bigger than the Masters. And he looked at me funny. I was like, it's Mania week, bro. And he just scoffed at me. He's like, oh, I don't like that.
Oh, bro, I think it was the year right after Mania, because I had the title. The day of WrestleMania, I literally wore my replica title around my neighborhood going, it's WrestleMania.
Dude, that's hilarious.
I got pictures with the Indian Deli guy wearing the title. He only knew of WWE because of Great Khali. This is a true story.
Khali did his job bringing in the Indian market.
Bro, he's a god over in India.
Is he really?
Yeah, bro. He's a movie star. He was a shoot police officer. Like, imagine having that big motherfucker come to your house. Like, he wasn't like a Shaquille O'Neal.
This would be the thing to me. How, like Andre the Giant, how in the fuck are you going to fit him in a car?
Yeah, bro.
You gotta, have one, custom made or something?
Oh, that's something that I'm really looking forward to. The Andre the Giant documentary.
Oh my god. Hell yeah, dude. I don't have HBO, but I might get someone told me they have a free trial of their digital service online.
Don't worry, bro. I'll make sure to find it for us. Because I don't have HBO.
Yeah. That like Lance said, Khali is definitely not going to chase somebody down because he makes walking look difficult.
Yeah, man, I would have liked to see him before he got all fucked up.
Yeah, I know what you mean, before his knees started going.
Because, bro, I mean, he's a legit monster. If you think about it, he was a power lifter, so he wasn't like a Kevin Nash kind of fragile guy.
Kevin Nash, could say the same thing for...
I'm sorry I called you fragile.
Yeah, well, you could say the same thing for Giant Gonzalez before he came into the WWF. I mean, granted, he wasn't, a wrestler first, but he was a basketball player. But when he was younger, man, that dude could move for his size.
Yeah. That's why I think Kaz has a lot of potential, but he's not as big as they're billing him. That's why I really liked Razor.
Yeah, no. Cass is, I think he said 6'10". 6'9"?
He's 6'9", I thought he said.
Yeah, somewhere in there. Well, I'm trying to remember. Yeah, I think he said 6. He was either 6'9" or 6'10". Either way, that's a big motherfucker.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what I wanted to bring up. I only saw a tidbit on it, but because I had been out and about today, there was some breaking news that happened with Conor McGregor apparently at the UFC press conference they had today.
Yeah, it was over at Brooklyn, and Dana White's on record saying he doesn't know if he wants to do business again with Conor McGregor. There's video footage of him go in the back. In wrestling matches where they have the steel barricade?
Yes.
He picked one of those up and went to throw it at one of the tour buses after throwing other shit at the tour buses. And apparently, like, he caused damage to one of the fighters. Not big damage, but like lots of cuts. So I'm guessing he broke a bus's window all out of nowhere. Like, apparently there was some confrontation that Khabib and I guess one of McGregor's partners had in a hotel room or something. And yeah, and now apparently there's conflicting reports on whether or not there's a warrant out for his arrest. I think Dana White's the one who originally said that there was, and then the police department said that there wasn't, but they're investigating what happened.
I'm trying to see, because as of 5 hours ago, ESPN reported Dana White said there is a warrant out for his arrest and that his plane cannot leave New York City.
Oh, okay. Well, then that may be an update on what I had seen.
But that was as of like 3 o'clock this afternoon.
Yeah, I don't remember. When I read it, it was already a couple of hours old, so.
Either way, man, what the hell is Conor thinking? Because he's just killing his career.
He really is. Like, I don't know what he thinks that accomplished.
All right, Lance said that he smashed a window and there was glass everywhere. The front windows were shattered.
I mean, plus, he's trying to throw other things. Like, that's what hit the bus. Because he doesn't hit the bus with the first thing, with the barricade. I forget what else they said he threw at it. But yeah, like, he's like, the security's trying to like grab him and hold him back, and it's like he's on drugs. Like, makes no sense, bro.
No, I agree. Hang on a second, because Lance
and he just
sent me a link to a video.
And Dana White had just said within the last day or so that Conor was 100% going to fight this year.
That's crazy.
Because here, let's also talk about the craziness that's going on with that UFC fight tomorrow night.
Well, remember the one last week that the dude, they replaced the guy and everybody thought it was an April Fool's joke?
That's what it is. That's this week. That's what's happening.
Okay, yeah, see, I'm not as up on that stuff. Thanks for that information, by the way, Lance.
All right, so what happened is Tony Ferguson was supposed to fight Khabib for the lightweight title, which Tony Ferguson is interim champion and Conor's had that belt. So now it's now for the interim belt. Conor's being stripped of that belt just because he hasn't defended it.
Yeah, due to inactivity.
And now this is going to be the actual title, but the interim champion isn't actually losing his title. They're just getting rid of the interim title.
It's basically going to you're going to be the champion.
So Tony Ferguson, who's the current interim champion, and got hurt on the set of Fox doing promotional work for the fight.
Oh boy.
Now loses his title. His interim championship.
That's amazing.
So, it's just a real kind of like, all right, before he gets hurt, awesome idea. Get rid of interim champion. I hate the fucking idea of interim champion.
No, I agree with you.
Especially when the only reason he's interim champion is because Conor's just not fucking fighting.
Yeah, like, you shouldn't have to fucking babysit the guy.
Yeah, no, he wanted to do his thing with Floyd. He made a lot of money with Floyd, hundreds of millions of dollars.
But he's just being stupid right now because this whole stunt that he just did today might have cost him tens of millions of dollars.
Long term? Yeah, absolutely.
Because if, like you said, Dana said he wanted to work with him at some point this year, and now he's basically, flipped him off.
Yeah, yeah.
I got it pulled up right because I had mentioned it to you. Dana White confirmed that CM Punk's going to have his next fight on June 9th at UFC 225.
All right, cool beans.
He's fighting Mike the Truth Jackson.
Okay, that's what I thought. I wasn't sure if it was Jackson or Johnson, but yeah.
Yeah, but that's who he's supposed to fight on June 9th. And the other quick UFC stuff, as if it wasn't obvious enough, Dana White came out and said that Brock Lesnar is going to be fighting again in the UFC at some point. He didn't know when, but he will.
Yeah, I'm pretty certain that part of Lesnar not wanting to sign on for the very short-term extension past Mania is all the evidence we need that there's some deal in place.
Oh yeah, because you remember you had heard the rumors that they wanted Vince wanted Lesnar to work Lashley at some point after Mania.
I think what the plan was for because I think this just came out today. I seen it on one of the Facebook things that I follow. Apparently the plan was for Lashley to come out and just lay Lesnar out as a way to write him off.
Huh.
The night after Mania.
That would have been interesting.
I still think what you do is you have fucking Lashley come down during Mania and cost Brock, and then join up with Heyman.
Yeah, that'd be kind of cool. But I think Heyman's deal, he said, is done as well.
I don't believe a fucking word Heyman says.
he's the son of a lawyer.
I mean, yeah, it very well may end at the same time as Brock's. It very well may, and he may not resign. But then again, he's not signing a UFC contract. But I also know he has a lot of personal stuff coming up now, so
yep,
it wouldn't surprise me. Plus, I mean, he's so niche used. He's not going to be a weekly talent.
No, I agree with you. And I think it's better that way.
Yeah, and if you have somebody like, unless Lashley's going to have one of those Lesnar-esque contracts, I don't think it would translate to have it for him. Because people are like, oh, have him align with Roman. But how the fuck would that work when Roman's there every week?
No, I agree with you. Lance wants to know, do you think the Punk fight will go more than 3 minutes, and will he actually land a punch?
I don't know. I mean, it's. I kind of like the fact that we haven't heard anything about him for the most part since then.
Yeah, I haven't heard one thing.
That just means he's quiet. He's training. I don't know, bro. I mean, it's apparently this guy, because if it's the guy that they've been talking about, this isn't the first time this guy's name came up. The guy's basically a bum fighter who has no real MMA experience.
So
he's not like a Mickey Gall kind of kid.
To Punk, it's almost like they're equals.
Yeah, absolutely.
So he might actually have a fighter's chance.
I think he has a lot more than a fighter's chance. I mean, like, he's had a lot more time to be practicing. I mean, and you learn a lot in a loss.
That's very true.
I mean, like, there's some things you just can't learn until you've been in, a situation. Like, all the prep work in the world and practice don't mean shit till you do it.
No, absolutely. And then you have the film you can go back on.
Yeah, I mean, it's just not even... It's like knowing the speed at which things happen.
No, I mean, when you get beat, you can go back and look at the film, like say, okay, I should have did this as opposed to what I did, or... You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I will talk about, real quick, some independent news that I brought up to you briefly. Loki, who was in Impact for, a cup of coffee earlier this year?
Yeah.
He was supposed to wrestle in New Orleans for Game Changer Wrestling on Matt Riddle's Bloodsport. He was supposed to wrestle Matt Riddle, actually. It was no ropes, submission or knockout only. But apparently, since I last spoke with you and told you about it, he claimed that he was quote unquote injured, but that nobody's believing it.
See, I saw a thing with Matt Riddle today, and wasn't he always supposed to work Suzuki, or is he working Suzuki twice? Because he's working like 9 matches in 3 days.
No, Suzuki was literally a replacement last night.
Okay, so then I guess the interview was from today because he mentioned fighting Suzuki.
Yeah, because Low Key was the original guy the whole time, and then Game Changer put up last night that Low Key bailed out and that Suzuki was the replacement.
I mean, it's highly possible.
I just don't know with him because he has such a rep now, Low Key.
Does he?
Yeah.
I just haven't heard any of that.
Yeah, that like a lot of companies won't book him. They don't trust him.
I know he's a very opinionated asshole from what I've heard.
Oh, yes. I looked at his Twitter and he's like super political type stuff he posts all the time on Twitter.
Oh, did you hear about like the little beef between the shit talking of fucking Disco Inferno and Cody?
Yes.
Yeah, fucking Cody roasted his ass.
Dude, I laughed so hard. I mean, I like Disco's character. It was a fun character, but he's right. He never drew a fucking dime.
He's a fucking character. Like, you know, that's all he was. And he, like, nobody ever... He was right. Nobody ever went home thinking about the fucking...
Like, oh my god, the Disco Inferno match was so good. Because I don't know if you remember this, bro. They had Jackie beat him for his title.
I don't remember that.
Miss Jacqueline that went in the Hall of Fame last year.
Well, I know who she is.
Yeah. It just makes me laugh. She beat him for like the U.S. title or the TV title or one of them. I don't remember exactly which one.
That's crazy.
Speaking of Cody, did you see the nasty fucking gash he had on his eye?
That's what prompted the whole... Yeah. That picture is what prompted the bullshit with Disco.
Yeah.
I mean, fucking Cody's... I mean, Omega's the best wrestler on the planet, and he's in there criticizing him.
Well, I read that Ring of Honor might actually sell out their show. What's it, on Saturday?
Yes. Didn't you say that they had sold out?
They were close. They were literally, from what I read, like a couple hundred. But this was earlier in the week. But either way, if they sell out, I think they said it's over 6,000 seat venue. It would basically be the highest attendance Ring of Honor ever got.
That'd be fucking cool.
I was like, yeah. Well, I said that match, Cody and Omega, is going to sell it itself. You know what I mean? Like, that's what everybody wants to see.
I wonder what they're going to do at All In then.
I know, it makes you wonder. They're going to have to, I think, bring like a surprise in.
Well, any chance of Danny Bryan is gone.
Yeah. I don't know what they could do now. Unless you're going to bring over somebody from like Japan that hasn't been here in forever. but I don't
Yeah.
know who that could be, you know?
Yeah, no,
Maybe Muda?
it's possible,
That would be
but
cool. That would be cool to see.
but I think for people like us, yeah, not for fucking WWE
I know what you
Universe
mean,
people.
not for like casual fans.
I mean, it's such a shame too.
The only other person I could think that they could bring in that would create a buzz would be Jericho.
Yeah. Um, yeah, you're right. There's really not a lot of big names that
Well, because
are
like
gonna.
I'm saying, I'm thinking of names, but then as like you said, they might be names to you or me, but to people that just casually watch wrestling, they're like, well, I don't know who the fuck that guy is.
Yeah. Like I got my buddy in my building who watches wrestling, and he's a huge WWE mark. Doesn't ever watch NXT, so I'm like, I seen him today. And I'm like, bro, remember NXT? Because he's like, WrestleMania this weekend. I said, yeah, remember NXT on Saturday.
And what'd he say?
He's like, don't worry, bro, I got this.
That
So,
feud might be the best feud in wrestling, or at least WWE right now in NXT with Ciampa and Gargano.
oh, absolutely.
And I love that they're letting Ciampa be the heelish like douchebag character he was on the Independents.
The fucking Sicilian psychopath.
Hell yeah, dude.
Nah, I love that fucking gimmick, bro.
We were talking about this earlier, man. Stephanie trying to do her best Kane impersonation, choke slamming Ronda Rousey.
Yeah, through an already broken table, apparently.
The part that I didn't like was after she puts her through it, Ronda's like looking up at her, like grabbing, yeah, like ooh, and like giving her a dirty look. I'm like,
You know what though? I was like, that's different.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm hating this because I'm different. Like, she adds her own little spin onto it. Like, maybe I'm okay with this.
That's right.
Like
Maybe I just need to stop being like
a dick, like a condescending douchebag.
not that far, but where I just need to let it go, like not be so rigid and kind of just, you know what I mean? Let things go as they go.
Like, to me, that looks more natural. She wasn't knocked out. Like, I hate moves. Like, okay, Heath Slater at the Rumble where getting punched had him, like, knocked out. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I just think it was really cool because Steph made it look pretty damn good for Steph, who doesn't get very physical ever.
Yeah, no, I thought it was good. No, I thought it was a decent segment. I'm gonna be interested to see how she sells moves. I didn't shit on that because that's more believable. Like, you get dropped down through something, but
you grab your
you're
ribs,
not, like,
yeah.
but you're not like knocked unconscious from going through a table back first.
Yeah, no, I'll give you that. I guess it's more the wrestling purist in me, but and I'll tell you this, I forgot to mention this to you. You talk about your super WWE friend. I went to my PT today, and the girl that works there and was doing my therapy today, we were talking, and she said, yeah, it's WrestleMania, and da-da-da-da. I was like, yeah, and so I started doing some of like my exercises on the table where they kind of watch you from afar if they have other people that are there. I said, so, I was like, let me ask you, just for curiosity, I was like, what match or what person are you really excited to like see, or you can't wait for? Instantly, before I could like finish it, was Ronda Rousey.
Oh, okay.
I was like, that's
And
interesting. And I was like, why do you say that? She's like, because I want to see like what she can do. I want to like see her in the ring and see what happens.
interesting.
Yeah, that's why I was like, that's kind of interesting. Do you really think Shane is going to wrestle on Sunday?
I don't know. See, I've been on the fence with it. I think the only reason why he may is because I think there may be storyline he fucking betrays Daniel Bryan.
Yeah. Because Lance messaged me earlier in the week after they did the segment with Bryan, and he goes, I'm convinced that they're turning Daniel Bryan heel at WrestleMania.
One of them, I think, is gonna go. I mean, like, I have a feeling one of them should go. I have a feeling one of them is like that WWE is just gonna fuck it up.
If you made me choose, what I originally thought was, I was like, I think it's a bad idea if they turn Bryan, because it's almost like WWE saying, all right, well, you're our hottest talent, but we're going to turn you heel. And then the more I thought about it, I was like, I think if they did turn him heel and had him align with Kevin and Sammy, they could do some really fantastic things together.
Yeah, see, can you turn Daniel Bryan heel?
Yeah, that's what Lance told me. He said, I don't think it'll work. It'll fail like when they did the thing with Bray Wyatt.
I mean, I could see a storyline where he turns heel on the company. You didn't want to give me this opportunity, you know.
Where he's more of it like in a gray area.
Yeah, I don't know if guys like me, you, Lance, will boo him. You know what I mean? I don't know if you're going to get people in a building that are going to boo him. I don't know what you would have to say. Because he's an internet darling. Like, he's of the internet, and he knows he's of the internet. You know, he's succeeded because of the internet. I don't see them ever turning him on the fans.
And I don't even know if this would do it. Not that he would even do it in WWE. Is mock CM Punk.
I don't know if that would work though.
I don't know that, but that's like the one thing that came to mind.
I think the last thing they want to do is bring up CM Punk.
Oh, I know. I'm just saying that would be the one thing.
But I can most definitely see him turning heel on the company, but I don't know how many adults would actually find that heel.
I agree, Lance. He said that he could be the cool heel like Stone Cold, and he could kill a cat in the ring and people would cheer.
Kind of, yeah. I think there are very limited things that he could do that would get him booed at this point.
Yeah.
So, hold on a second. I'm doing the podcast. My wife just got home.
Nah, that's cool.
Okay. So, yeah, there's that. And there's rumors that there's going to be Woken Wyatt. Sorry, I ate most of those.
Yeah, no, I've heard that too.
So that'll be interesting. I think we mentioned this last week, and now he hasn't even been announced, I don't believe, for the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal yet.
And you mentioned it last week. What a fall from a year ago.
Yeah, he may be the only person in history to be in the world title match 1 year and not on the card the next year while still being employed by the company.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, to me, that's about as bad of a fall as somebody can have.
But he's had a rough year, like with the whole divorce thing going on, and
well, that didn't help him in the public eye. And being a publicly traded company, I'm sure Vince felt some kind of way about that.
Right, and then I believe I had read at some point, correct me if I'm wrong, Vince doesn't like his like body, like he wants him to lose weight.
Apparently, that was more recently that he wanted, because I don't know. Bray does look like he's put on,
Yeah,
quite a
because
bit of
remember
weight.
when
That
he
shows.
originally came back last year when he had messed up his ankle or something? He looked like he trimmed off a lot of weight. Like he looked like leaner and like cut. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah, and that
I agree
to
fully.
me, he just looks like a slob.
I hate saying it, yeah, but
Like with the hair and the beard and everything. I mean, I know it's part of your deal, but you could at least like trim it up.
yeah, but that fucking hair though, it isn't really part of his deal. That's part of his life. Like that's not like
Yeah.
those aren't extensions. Those are like real fucking hair, bro. Like,
Well,
and
he's.
only
If you ever heard the podcast with Bo Dallas when he was on Jericho's thing, they were talking about like some weird stuff, and he was like, I'm trying to remember what the hell it was. Like, him and Bray believe that like people live in like the center of the earth, and he's like, yeah, but he's like Bray goes even further. Like he's into some really like off the wall stuff.
yeah, I don't get that like the hollow Earth theory. I really don't.
No.
I don't get flat Earth. I don't get hollow Earth.
Yeah, I don't either. It's just when I heard that I was like, wow.
Look, an AJ's a flat earther.
Yeah, don't get me started on that.
Yeah, that's
Here's a question for you. What match are you most looking forward to on Sunday?
Oh, that's easy. AJ versus Nakamura.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
It took me a second.
And to
It's
me,
hard.
even though it's not going to go on last, they should go on last.
I agree.
And the reason I say this is because they are fighting for the WWE title, not the one they made like for Raw. It's the WWE title.
You know, I agree. I agree 1,000,000%. But I also come to realize that, how do I put it? Most of us have a very incorrect notion of what WrestleMania is.
No, you're absolutely right. It's not for people like you or me or hardcore fans. It's more to attract casual fans or fans that would never watch the product.
Or just mainstream attention.
Yep, that's the word I was looking for. Thank you.
It's less about having the best matches than it is about being a spectacle.
Yes.
You know, think of all the fucking celebrities that have wrestled at WrestleMania. Snooki has a win at WrestleMania.
You don't?
That's very true.
So for them, this story, I mean, fuck, Vince has invested so much time in this Roman Reigns story.
He has nowhere to go.
I mean, like, I really think that if they would have turned him heel when he won the Rumble, they could be turning him face now with this Lesnar storyline, and it would be working. I think
That's so true. Lance said if the earth was flat, cats would have knocked everything off the edge.
I agree. I don't disagree one bit.
But no, I agree with you with what you're saying about Roman, where if they would have pulled the trigger earlier, they wouldn't kind of have boxed themselves in.
One thing I will say, and I don't know how many people will actually realize, you know, or did realize before it was said, Cena hasn't won shit lately.
Nope.
You know, which is
Kind of weird.
well, I mean, it breaks that mystique of John Cena always wins. But you know what though? He's been in some pretty fucking good matches.
Like he's finally, I don't want to say turned a corner, but he's to the point where he's kind of putting over all this talent before he, heads out the door.
I think he's very realistic about his future. And, good for him. Let him make a fuck ton more money as an actor.
And don't have to beat up his body.
Absolutely. I'm all for that for people's, well-being.
Did you see the not televised, the announced main event for the house show at the Garden after Mania?
No.
The main event they have tentatively is Roman against Samoa Joe.
That also may be because it's New York. I don't know how much you could tell about New York.
I know what you mean.
Because the MSG shows, man, I mean, like...
They go all out.
Bro, me and my buddy Brandon went to an MSG show before the WrestleMania Michaels Flair match. And Michaels and Flair had a last man standing match, was it? But, like, Flair was, like, busted wide open. And this was a house show.
Holy shit.
This is like a 40-minute match, yeah.
Crazy ass Ric Flair.
And cheap ass tickets too.
Nice. See, because I've read rumors that was their plan when after Mania to have Joe work a program with Roman.
Oh, it's very possible. It's just that sometimes in New York you get them fan specialty matches, like the matches that like fans really want to see.
I know.
None of that stuff is canon, meaning like it has nothing to do with the storyline. Kind of like how Mixed Match Challenge was supposed to have nothing to do with the main roster, and somehow it involves like Oscar streak and all this other nonsense.
Oh, I know.
Oh, that's something to talk about. Miz and Oscar won the first ever, and 100,000 was donated to Rescue Pets Rock, I think it's called.
Was that their charity?
Yeah, something Pets Rock, Rescue Pets Rock, something like that. But yeah, it's a pet shelter.
Yeah, for charity. Like animal abuse and stuff.
Yeah, I think like it's what I deal with.
Well, that's really cool. Yeah. I figured that, honestly, they would win because they wouldn't let Asuka lose.
No, imagine that. That her fucking first loss is in a tag match with The Miz on Facebook.
Yeah. The more I think about it, bro, I have this feeling that she's going to lose the streak to Carmella.
You know what I was thinking? I was thinking, what if Carmella cashes in mid-match and takes the pinfall, so that Asuka's never actually beaten Charlotte?
It's possible.
And there goes your storyline. You beat me. I mean, like, you took the title, but you never beat me.
Yeah. Wasn't she, like, injured, or was it just, like, she was banged up, Charlotte?
Why she missed it?
The Mixed Match Challenge?
She had dental work, and apparently she actually commented on it and said she was fine. It's just that her face was completely swollen.
Oh.
And couldn't really talk or nothing. But she was completely cleared, but they just opted not to do it. Because her face
they didn't
was
want to
so
send her
swollen.
out with looking like a blowfish.
Well, when it happened to Cesaro, they gave him a t-shirt.
Yeah, that was fucked up.
Actually, I was just listening to something on YouTube today. It had to do with Jericho, and it was Jericho's reaction to the Swiss Cyborg shirt, because there's apparently a mower of lawn shirt now for Matt Hardy.
Wow.
Which I kind of want a mower of lawn shirt.
That's
but
funny.
The guy happened to bring up like other crazy shirts that WWE came up with, and Jericho had no idea that the Swiss Cyborg was a real thing.
Oh wow!
And he's like, "You're kidding me?" He's like, "That's a real thing."
Well, that's like, did you see the new Finn Balor shirt?
No.
It's It's the rainbow.
Really?
Yeah, like from what I read, like money is gonna go to like Pride or something, but like when I saw it, it's literally like the gay, the gay rainbow symbol. I was like, wow, like that raised a couple eyebrows. I mean, not that I care, but I was just like, huh.
Why does it say Balor Club or is it just a gay pride flag?
Hang on, I'll tell you exactly.
Again, not that I care. I'm just curious of how they're marketing that. I mean, if it's a Balor Club in the flag coloring, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. It's it's like it has it looks like the little down arrow, I'm assuming,
The
of his.
the BC arrow thing.
Yeah, yeah, and it's the rainbow colors.
Can you send it to me? Can you send it to me on Facebook?
Yeah, hang on one second. Here it is. It says Balor Club for everyone. Give me 1 second.
I mean, I don't know if we said this on air last week or if we did it in private, but I always thought that this should be like a gay character, but it should be played by a gay wrestler, and it should be done in a positive way.
All right, I sent it to you. There's been rumors about him for some time. Or it could be that he's another Omega, not that it matters that he's bisexual.
Yeah, because I think he was dating Kathy Kelly.
Yeah.
Look, I mean, it's if he is, and it's something that they could do to like, I mean, because I think he would be awesome for the character. Like, I mean, like I think he portrays like a cool enough generic ass character that it's not like a gimmick, and he does the cool ass like demon stuff too. I mean,
right. It was just. I think it's cool that WWE is doing that with that shirt, but it just was. I was like kind of surprised because you hear all the rumors.
Maybe this is I mean, but you also know Finn is also notorious for like working the crowd and stuff.
That's very true as well.
Or not even working the crowd, like
working everybody.
Yeah, doing shit off of like Twitter and stuff like that.
A lot like Jericho.
Yeah, very internet savvy. So he knows what's being said about him on the internet. But that would also be incredibly fast for that to happen. You know what I mean?
No, I agree with you.
That would be incredibly fast because didn't these rumors just come out like a week or two ago? So I don't know how long it takes to get a T-shirt approved, but...
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
But there could have been... This all could have been part of a bigger thing. Like, this could have... It could be legit because this all could have been in the works for a while. Just because the news broke the other day doesn't mean that that's where the news comes from. You know what I mean?
No, I agree with you. And just because, like they always say, just because it was the internet said it doesn't mean it's true.
Yep, I agree.
All right, homie, we're going to go through some NXT TakeOver and WrestleMania predictions. And what was the caveat for whoever
all right
wins this? I'm gonna let you take the floor with this one.
All right, next week we're going to try something. It's going to be the first annual American Sports Connection WWE drafts. It's going to be fantasy style. Next week we will put up a full scoring chart on our Twitter. And I'll update it after every pay-per-view. And what this is going to be for, the person who wins the predictions is going to get the first draft pick. So
there you go. And next week we'll have more on like, rules and all that type of stuff.
Yeah, I'll have it all. I'll have all the values and everything worked out. I kind of want to tweak things, talk everything over with Mike. But for the most part, it's going to be like fantasy football. It's going to be once per event instead of per Raw, per SmackDown, because that would just get ridiculous. And yeah, it'll be fun. It's probably going to be 12 guys, 10 main roster, 2 guys from NXT. And kind of want to wait to see who gets moved up at least the first week or two.
Yeah, I know it. Like, kind of get through the like Raw and SmackDown after Mania.
Yeah. So
and then go from there.
And then any other questions, feel free to ask. And if this works, maybe we can expand to 4 people next year. Slowly expand this because it's a very limited roster. We'll try to work something out, get people involved. Like we'll do it for fun. We keep everything tallied up for the year. And this will culminate at next year's WrestleMania. Hopefully that both Mike and I are at. So yeah, I think that it just works out perfect.
Yeah. All right, then. Let's go through. I got the card in front of me, and we'll talk about each match here. We're going to start with NXT TakeOver New Orleans. Let's see here. We have Johnny Gargano versus Tommaso Ciampa in an unsanctioned match. If Gargano wins, he'll be reinstated into NXT. If Ciampa wins, Gargano will be banned from NXT forever.
Huh. It's like, that's interesting because I don't know if Gargano could go up to the main roster. Like, really, what else are you going to do with him? I don't know. I think I may go Ciampa.
I was going to say the same thing because he's already got the crowd. He's already wrestled for the world title and didn't win. I think you need more heels, and Ciampa winning would be more beneficial to him to build him up. And Gargano's already to the point where I don't think a loss is going to hurt him.
Yeah, no, I fully agree.
All right, then next one is the ladder match for the inaugural NXT North American title. And it has Adam Cole versus EC3 versus Killian Dane versus Lars Sullivan versus Ricochet versus Velveteen Dream.
I don't know. Maybe Ricochet.
That's where I've been kind of leaning.
The only other thing I can think of is maybe EC3. So.
Yeah. You know what? I'll go with EC3.
Alright.
Because I could see them kind of pushing him to the moon initially.
Alright, EC3.
Alright, next we have a triple threat tag team match for the NXT Tag Team Championship and for the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic Trophy. The Undisputed Era which is Cole and O'Reilly, so Adam Cole's pulling double duty, versus the Authors of Pain versus Strong and Pete Dunne.
See, I forgot that this was a 3-way match for the titles as well, because remember we were talking about it? And I said that I think that they're going to do it so Authors of Pain are the only 2-time champions of the Dusty Rhodes. But for the title, I don't know, man. I definitely don't see it being Dunne and Strong. No. Oh, maybe I'm gonna go Authors of Pain.
All right, I'm kind of lean. You know what? I'm gonna stick with Undisputed Era, that they keep the belts, because I think that was originally the plan before what's his name got hurt. Bobby Fish.
Yeah, I'm kind of on the fence with those two, but yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to go with them.
Wait, no, I'm going to go with Undisputed Era.
I talked you out of it.
Yeah, no, because it's... I could see them moving the Authors of Pain up because they could have been moved up before. And I think I don't see them doing another title like hand down.
Here's
Like they did with Asuka.
Here's an interesting thought. Does War Machine get involved and cost the Authors of Pain the titles? And War Machine could wrestle them before Authors of Pain go up.
I like the idea. I just have a feeling that if they go up, they're going to go up to challenge the Bludgeon Brothers.
Right. I could see that.
So I don't know if you can have them go up with a loss.
That's a good point, too.
And I don't know if you want to have War Machine lose.
Yeah, no, just playing devil's advocate.
No, it's not a bad idea at all. I mean, that actually works out really well. Like, I like that booking.
All right. Next we have, for the NXT Women's Championship, Ember Moon defending against Shayna Baszler.
I think Shayna wins this.
I do too, and I hate saying this. This is probably the least excited for a woman's NXT title match I am in some time.
Yeah, Shayna doesn't do it for me, man.
Yeah, and I don't want people to think that me and you are bashing, the women's division or anything. It's just, like you said, Shayna just doesn't do it for me either.
I love the women's division. I mean, like, for the first time in a long time, like, I remember when I was dating my ex, she hated the fact that I watched women's wrestling because they dress so skimpy. She's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But I legitimately would tell her, like, I don't care about this. And I meant it. It wasn't because they were women wrestling. It was because it was terrible.
I know, because it didn't keep your interest.
They had people like Joy Giovanni and fucking the one that Booker T married.
Sharmell.
Yeah, Crystal was her name at the time.
Yeah.
But you had all of these awful human beings on TV. And, like, no, I couldn't stand up to that and say, like, this is respectable. No, it's awful. Now it's different.
Oh, yeah. Times have changed.
And I think it's happening so quick that for a while, Sasha was in the top echelon. I think that she's been bumped out of the top echelon already.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, I got to an argument with somebody over it, and it was just like, you know how good Ruby Riott really is when she can work?
When they let her do her thing, she's extremely talented.
I mean, could you ever in a million years see Sasha Banks being able to put on any kind of a match with somebody like Kevin Owens?
Nah.
But Candice LeRae did.
No, you're right.
No, I mean, and then the other one that I always use, for example, was just Let Go, and that was Abby Lath, also known as, what the hell is her name?
Kimberly.
Kimberly, okay, yeah, because I was thinking her real name, Kimberly Frankel.
Yeah, I want to know what the hell happened there.
Bro, I got no idea.
Like, that was out of left field.
Because how does, Bianca Belair have a job and fucking Kimberly doesn't?
That was a weird one. Alright, and your main event for the NXT Championship, the champion Andrade Cien Almas defending against Aleister Black.
I think Aleister wins.
That's what I've been thinking, unless they have plans to bring him up.
I'm still going Aleister.
Because he's been there, what, a year?
Exactly a year. Because
Right.
he debuted last WrestleMania weekend. I know, because the memory just came up Sunday.
Was it?
Or whatever, yeah, whatever day was 1 year ago to the day. Yeah, because I think I got that update on Sunday. So, yeah.
Wow, it's been that long?
Yeah.
Huh. I'm gonna lean... You know what? I'm gonna go with Almas because I think where I could see Black winning, I'm I'm wondering if they let Almas win using heel type tactics.
So you're going for Cien?
Yeah.
Alright.
Because I'm thinking maybe he wins in a weird, like I said, like a heelish type way. Because I'm really digging him as a heel.
Yeah, no, I like him, man.
Alright, bro. I have the Mania card up in front of me. I didn't realize it was this many fucking matches. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, bro, it's like 13, 14 matches. There's a lot.
So I'm just going to go straight down the line. I didn't realize there was 3 pre-show matches.
Yes. And I'm very mad
right.
about the Cruiserweight.
Yeah. Hang on 1 second. I'll take a drink so I stop fucking coughing. Right on the list to start it off is the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal.
Alright. Man, I don't have a fucking clue.
You and me both.
Who's been announced for it so far? Let me look this up.
I don't even know who's been announced.
Because I think it's like 10 people. Okay, here we go. Updated list of participants.
Alright, say them out loud.
Hold on. Okay, here we go. Dash Wilder, Scott Dawson, Matt Hardy, Rhino, Heath Slater, Goldust, Baron Corbin, Mojo Rawley, Ty Dillinger, Dolph Ziggler, Fandango, Tyler Breeze, Zack Ryder, and Primo Cologne.
Jesus Christ.
I don't know. That's 14.
So there's probably 20, I'd say.
Yeah. I have no fucking idea.
I'm going to go out on a limb here and say Big Cass is going to come back and win it.
I actually really like that idea, but now I can't use that idea. Did Baron Corbin win it last year?
No. It was Mojo.
So Baron Corbin hasn't won it, or he did.
He won it.
Okay, so then he's not going to win it this year. So
it was like 2 years ago.
Fuck.
Because last year was Mojo with Gronk.
I think I have to steal your answer. Sorry, I was taking a shot from my vape.
Nah, you're good.
Fuck, I really like your answer. I think I have to steal your answer, so I'm going Big Kaz as well. I really like that answer.
Lance said he's going with Darth Vader.
Darth Vader could always win. Alright, the Women's Battle Royal.
Yeah, that's next. The Women's Battle Royal.
Man, so many different directions that they can go in with this. Nia isn't in it. I'm trying to think of who is in it that like would really matter. I can't see anybody really returning. I don't know, bro.
I'm gonna say one, and it's probably gonna piss a lot of people off, but I could totally see her winning it.
Natty?
No.
Who?
Brie Bella.
Is she gonna be in it?
Or not Brie, I'm sorry, Nikki.
Nikki Bella, yeah. I'm gonna go with Sasha.
Isn't
Go on.
Isn't she wrestling Bailey?
I don't think they have a match, bro.
Let me see. No, you're right. They do not.
They have this fucking great feud, and they have no match.
So their big like feud moment's going to be in the battle royal.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I'll stick with who I said.
Nikki Bella.
Yeah. Oh God, that's great. Lance said the ghost of the fabulous Moolah in a mask is going to win it.
Oh boy.
But no, his actual pick he said is Ember Moon.
Huh. Interesting. Yeah, I was actually just thinking about Shayna Baszler, but if Shayna Baszler wins, then there's going to be no reason for her to come up.
No, I agree. All right, next. Good.
I forget who I had said. Who the fuck did I say?
I'm trying to remember.
Oh, Sasha.
Yeah, Sasha. All right.
I think they're gonna cost each other. Fuck it. I'll pick. I'm so wrong on that one.
All right, let's move on. Next is the tournament final for the vacant cruiserweight title.
Brie or Nikki? Brie or Nikki?
Nikki.
Okay.
We have.
I'm gonna go Brie Bella.
What's that?
I'm gonna go Brie Bella.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
All right, Cedric Alexander versus Mustafa Ali for the cruiserweight title.
I'm going with Cedric. I want Mustafa to win, but I see Cedric winning it.
That's the same way I feel. So, but to be different, I'll go with Mustafa Ali.
Sure, you can stick with Cedric.
Yeah, no, I'll try something different. Maybe they'll actually do it for once.
That'll be a point I'm happy to lose.
Yeah.
All
right. The triple threat match for the IC title: The Miz versus Seth Rollins versus Finn Balor.
I'm gonna go with. I'll go with Finn.
I'm trying to think. Did Seth ever have the tag titles?
Yeah. Wasn't he tag champ with
Roman, right?
Yeah. I think that's what he's missing for being a Grand Slam champion.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go with Seth just because I think they might do that.
Yeah, I have a feeling you're right.
So I'll go with Seth.
Alright.
Alright, next is the Fatal 4-Way for the US title, which is Randy Orton versus Bobby Roode versus Jinder versus Rusev.
I'm gonna go with Rusev.
Yeah, I have no fucking clue where they're going here. I'll go with Bobby Roode. Alright, next is the Raw Women's Championship match, which is Alexa Bliss versus Nia Jax.
I feel like everybody expects Nia to win.
This has just been a weird, like, feud.
Yeah, it's just like
making fun, like, basically bullying Nia Jax.
No, you're completely right, yeah. No, I just feel like there's so many, like, what I think maybe title changes happening that, like, this is the one that I'm on the fence with the most.
Yeah.
Because it's completely possible that Mickie James interferes.
Oh, yeah. Which is weird because that, like, heel turn came out of nowhere.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with Alexa retaining.
Alright, I'll go with Nia.
right.
Let's see here. Next is the SmackDown Women's title match, which is Charlotte Flair versus Asuka.
Do we even need to?
I know, Asuka.
Yeah.
And I think they'll probably have one of the 2 or 3 best matches on the card.
Yeah. I agree.
All right. Next is the Raw Tag Team Championship, which is Cesaro and Sheamus versus Braun Strowman and a mystery partner.
Braun.
Yeah. I've heard so many different reports who could be the mystery partner, but I'm just gonna go with Braun too.
Yeah, I think that would be fun.
It's something different.
Yeah, they give him a title for a while. They can keep him out of the main title picture.
Let Roman have his run. Go away.
More or less, yeah.
Not to piss all you Roman fans off, but that's basically what it's probably going to be. Next is the triple threat for the SmackDown tag titles. The Usos versus the New Day versus the Bludgeon Brothers.
See, this is another hard one. 'Cause I could see them giving it to the Bludgeon Brothers, but they've done nothing up to this point. But if you don't, what do you do with them from this point on?
Yeah, I agree.
But the Usos deserve a victory at Mania. This has been by far their best year.
I've been kind of leaning towards like the Usos are winning, and the reason being is the reason they made it a triple threat is so, and this is just a total guess, that they can pin the New Day without Harper and Rowan being defeated, technically.
Yeah, I mean, I don't. Yeah, I definitely see New Day taking the pin. I just don't see them giving like I said, I see so many title changes. I don't see this being one that they change. So.
Well, that's a good point too. Lance said he thinks Bludgeon Brothers are going to win because they're not building those guys up to have them get beat.
Yeah, but I can also see where the 4 of them team up on them. And then in the confines of a multi-man match, things kind of get out of control.
That's why I was thinking one pins the other and the Bludgeon Brothers lose, but they don't get pinned.
Yeah, exactly. I just don't see them walking out. And I don't think the New Day is going to win it. So I'm going to go with the Usos.
Yeah, I go with the Usos too. And then I think the Bludgeon Brothers will probably get the belts within the next month or 2.
I agree, but you got to do more with them.
No, I agree. I mean, they're just starting to have like longer matches with them.
Yeah.
All right. Next, we have Kurt Angle and Ronda Rousey versus Trips and Stephanie McMahon.
I think this is self-explanatory.
No, I agree. Ronda taps Stephanie out.
Yeah, if it's not that, then it's dueling submission holds.
Yes, where Kurt has Triple H in the ankle lock and she has Steph in the armbar.
Yeah, it has to be. Like
that, I could see that.
So, all right.
All right, next one, Daniel Bryan and Shane McMahon versus Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. And if Owens and Zayn win, they will be rehired to the Blue Brand.
See, hold on, let me just write this. Sammy. I don't know, because I could see them moving Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn to the main roster. I mean, to Raw. Especially if they're gonna do the superstar shakeup.
That's true. I still get the vibe that either Shane or Bryan's turning, and then whoever turns obviously will help Kevin and Sammy win.
Yeah, I kind of feel that way too. I feel that like having them win, having like the authority figures win, I don't see like what do you do from that point? Everything is
Yeah,
just
because
dead.
it's like, where do you go from there?
Yeah. So yeah, I'm going to go with KO and Sammy. Like
Yeah.
I think that's kind of an easy one.
Yeah, I agree with you. Just a side note, real quick. Lance said he could care less about the Rousey match, but I agree with one thing he said, except for Triple H's entrance. I love Triple H's WrestleMania entrances.
So do I.
They're like complete, like, badass.
No, I agree. They're always one of the more elaborate ones done. But when you're the one paying for everything, I'm sure.
Well, that's true too. All right, next we have for the WWE Championship, AJ Styles versus Shinsuke Nakamura.
Well, AJ had a good year, but I think it's time for Shinsuke.
I agree with you. I think they wouldn't have let Nakamura win the Rumble without him taking the ball all the way home.
Yeah. I think they realize how much he's loved.
Like, they did a really horrible job with booking him and for a while, but, you know, him winning the Rumble and winning the title at Mania can kind of all cure all, if you know what I mean.
Oh, I agree. For whatever reason, they had trouble with him. You know, like they didn't know what the fuck to do with him when he came up to the main roster. He's still stuck with that stupid artist gimmick when there's an artiste in, what's his name?
Aiden English.
Yeah. But no, I think WrestleMania is going to be his deal.
No, I agree. Give those guys 25 minutes and they'll have the best match of the night.
Oh, we forgot one match. Does John Cena have a match with...
Oh, with The Undertaker, yeah. I'll lean toward yes.
Yeah, we're going to do that as a question mark, but yeah, Cena versus Undertaker.
If it happens, oh man, I don't know what
I'm going Undertaker.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know what you do. I think The Undertaker has to win.
And
yeah, so I'll go with him too.
What gimmick does he come back as?
Biker Taker.
And we're both gonna go for Biker.
Yeah, I think he comes out on the bike.
Yeah, being played to the ring by Kid Rock.
Yes. I think that will happen.
Well, we have a pretty varied prediction card. I am going to save this right now.
Wait, we got one more.
What's the last one?
The last one, the Universal title match.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns.
Oh, that's about as easy to predict as possible. That's gonna be Brock Lesnar.
Yeah. Okay. I think this is the most. If you're a true, I don't want to say true wrestling fan, but if you follow wrestling, I think this is the most obvious one of the night.
Yeah.
Roman Reigns is winning the title. I don't think there's any ifs, ands, or buts about it. But it would be pretty cool if Brock did, and they kind of, all these reports are not true, and, you know, Brock won, and, you know, just to shock everyone.
I'd like to be shocked. I truly would.
But I don't see it.
No. So, I don't know. I look forward to this weekend. I think it's going to be
I do too. Quick question, Lance says, do you think WWE would let two Japanese people win their main titles? You know how they are with Asuka and Shinsuke.
I think in this day and age they would love to do that, especially with the rise in the popularity of Japanese wrestling. I think so.
Yeah, but I understand where Lance is coming from because they've been very, I guess you would say, weird with the foreign talent at
But they,
times.
yeah, but they've also sought these people out heavily.
Well, yeah, that's very true as well.
I mean, it's not like when they had like what's his name, Kenzo Suzuki, where he was just some Japanese guy that they signed.
Oh,
These are
You mean Hakushi?
no Kenzo Suzuki.
Oh, I'm thinking of somebody else. Never mind.
Um, I think it's really different when they went and they scouted these guys.
Well, no,
They
you
put
have a
them.
very valid point.
Um, I know they have a history, so it's hard to overlook that. But I just think it was 2018, and they realized that like
Diversity's not a bad thing.
yeah, I mean, at least Triple H knows that.
Oh,
Think of,
hell
like,
yeah.
think of all the nationalities of all the champions of NXT.
Mm-hmm. Very
I mean,
valid point.
So,
All right.
yeah, it's
Before we
it's
get
gonna
out
be
of
good.
here, don't forget to check out our social media pages. You can find them at facebook.com/American Sports Connection or on Twitter at ASC Pods. You can find our entire collection of shows on B Plus Player Radio. Best way to do that is to find them on Twitter at B Plus Radio. And don't forget to check out our sponsors over at the TSC Wrestling Magazine. You can find them on Twitter at TSC Wrestling Mag. You can use promo code ASCPOD for 20% off your order. Real quick, Rye, before we get out of here, what is the thing you're most looking forward to this weekend?
Takeover as a whole. 'Cause with the exception of the women's match that I'm just not excited for, any of those other matches would be a main event for me somewhere.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
And then just enjoying WrestleMania. Just enjoying that feeling of WrestleMania. So
Yeah, where it's just a special feeling.
yeah. It's like Christmas for some people. It's like the Super Bowl. Like, I'm not a big football fan. I enjoy the Super Bowl, but the
No,
Super
and
Bowl.
for me, even the night after, like the Raw after WrestleMania is always fun because the crowd's so white hot.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Yeah, no, it's always fun. But on that note, we're going to get out of here. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, give it a thumbs up, all that good stuff. And we'll see you back next time. Have a good night, everybody.